Hello, everybody. I am Reginald Bullock, and we're here with Trey, and this is Just Living Life. I hope you've been watching us and looking at some of the other episodes and learning. We have fun doing it, so we're glad that you're here joining us, and we're about to do it again. What's up, Trey?
What's up, Reggie? How's everything with you, man?
All's good in the hood, man.
Hey, I understand that. As always, well, actually, I was about to lie. It's not always good, but at least in the day, though, I try to at least sleep peacefully, knowing that the day's going at least somewhat productive. There's always a nice little journey, always some progression forward. So, I mean, now what if you had a structure like let's say your religion was telling you, or you were like reading and you were being informed, hey, you need to force your religion upon someone else.
Oh, if I was a Muslim, I need to make sure all Jews are dead.
You
If
know,
I'm a Jew, I
now
need
is
to.
that is that more so human versus human, or is that text versus human? Because again, human made the text, but the text is telling the people to do it. But the human still has to make that ultimate decision too, though. So
I think it's human
it's human versus human for
because,
you? Okay.
yeah, I mean, I lived in Saudi Arabia,
Mhm.
and not everybody believes that. And
Mhm.
if you read the Quran, it says one thing, and not to get into religion.
Mhm.
But the point is, whatever it is that you actually do,
Yeah.
you choose to carry out.
Okay. Okay.
And right or wrong, right? I'm
Right.
not saying anything is right or wrong. What I'm saying is, whatever it is you do,
Mhm.
you choose to carry that.
Okay. See, like I guess I was thinking, because again, going back to that the child part, where like we're always evolving and growing, like up to like a certain point, though, I give you some slack. I don't think children choose what they want to do. So that's the reason why
Most don't, but we got a lot of little 6-year-olds killing people with guns. So what should we do with them? Give them slack.
not necessarily.
I
Not
mean,
necessarily.
they walk into somebody's house, bang, 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 bang. They 6 years old. They don't know better. They're just still trying to evolve.
Yeah.
They're still trying to
I,
adapt. They're not 18 yet.
yeah, that
So what
might
do we
be.
do with that one? What do we do with that 6-year-old?
We might have to figure out an episode to record for that 6-year-old. That's because yeah, we got to show the people who he affected or she affected.
Because there are thousands of
That's
people out
tough.
there whose lives are impacted based on the reality of things that happen to them.
Yeah.
And so, you can't just trivialize it by saying human versus text, because those people that are actually living the horrors
Mhm.
of the actions
Mhm.
of humans,
Mhm.
in many cases, they don't give a damn whether it's human or text. They lost somebody.
Yeah, but I guess when I say text, it's more like the teachings that come along there, which I understand are again taught by men, but like they're written down, passed throughout history, like passed throughout
You going
generations.
back to the Bible
No,
or
I
to
just
the
mean
religion?
I just meant in general, because
Okay, okay,
yeah.
okay, yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
that's why I was saying, like in teachings. Well, I guess like religion would be an example. If I'm reading something, I'm following religion. I'm supposed to be following religion.
You're hoping that the text is correct, right? I have a book called The Secret Teachings of All Ages.
Mhm.
And it's incredible and it's deep, but it doesn't mean that it's 100% factual and accurate,
Mhm.
because it's a perspective.
Right,
I've written 4 books.
right,
People may read my book and be like, this is awesome, Reg, man. I'm going to do all of this. All right, but this is my perspective.
right, right,
Right? I'm a human being
right,
who wrote the book.
right.
So, you know, yeah, on any given day, I could have wrote a different sentence.
Yeah,
Right?
no, that's true. That's
Right.
true. So I guess for me, I know we were talking about power. I know you said like you don't know what you don't know. You got to be exposed to things and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I guess I also look at it too, like we kind of, if you really want something, you go for it. You're gonna do everything you can in your power to make sure
That's
you
not
find
true.
that. You know,
That's not true. I think that's true for some people,
if you really want
but
something.
that's not a universal. No, there's so many people
Mhm.
out there that are afraid to go after stuff. I mean, you ever had that girl that you wanted to go after and you just didn't do it because you just didn't do it, or did you do it every time that you thought about it? I mean, there's a lot of times where you hold yourself back
Mhm.
based on nerves, based on lack of confidence,
Mhm.
based on afraid of what that other person may say,
Yeah.
and that's that, right? And then going after a house or a car or whatever, right? You might sell yourself short. You talk yourself out of it, right? So you don't always go after what you want.
Okay. But like, if you don't go after what you want, do you really want it?
I don't know.
I think not. Like that's just me. Like that's what I'm been kind of deciding nowadays. Like if so, to your point, like if let's say you're out and about and you see a nice young lady or whatever the case could be, and you don't approach that person, I don't think you really wanted that person then. Like, and if you're really shy, then
Maybe you're not ready.
that too. But I
Don't mean that you don't want the person. It just means you're not ready. So you may have to spend the next couple of years to get ready.
see. I feel like we going like you. I don't know. Maybe this is just me, so maybe that's the reason why I'm so passionate about this. But like, I feel like if I really truly
passionate about this, what's the this that you're passionate?
Like in terms of just like if I find some just relationships.
Okay, okay.
If I find somebody where okay, I know this, that, and the third, I'm going to approach them. Like there's not going to be any anxious. I do get anxious. Like I do wonder, okay, if I do get rejected, like who watching? You know what I'm saying? Like everybody looking, all right, cool. Like there's that aspect that I do worry about sometimes. There's certain people that was like, no, I really want to talk to this person. I really want to get to know this person.
But you have that capability and that character and that
I didn't always though. I did not always.
And when you didn't have it, did you still approach him?
I did surprise myself a couple times.
Yeah,
but not all the time.
Right, and that's my point.
But I at least wanted to find out how to improve that aspect though.
And that's what I'm saying at the same time. You still may want them, but you may not be ready yet. You got to go do a few things. You got to lose a few pounds, right? You got to do a few push-ups, or you got to get your head right, or whatever, right? You got to let this girl go so you can get this. You know what I mean? So all of those dynamics play into do you just act upon it?
Okay. I got you. Well, I mean, that was about all the topics I had personally.
All right.
Yeah, I was about to say I ain't know
this was an interesting one.
It was.
So recap. What did we talk about?
Well, we talked about hobbies. I think that kind of also brought us into how are we living too, because it told us about what we like to do. Then let's see here. We talked about power. But before we talked about that, well, I mean, what else?
Change.
I don't know about that. You sure we changed? We talked about change?
Yeah, you talked about change. He talked about change.
Maybe I'm forgetting. My bad. I'm getting old nowadays, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize. No, we talked about that. But yeah, so no, we talked about change and then we ended off with power. I think that was a good little segment, though.
Yeah.
And again, if y'all haven't been watching, all these episodes do kind of build on top of one another. Because we talked about building and expanding foundation. We didn't talk about intelligence and hustle. Oh, we talked about hustle, not intelligence.
But we talked about intelligence and hustle in a different episode.
Oh yeah, I just meant on this episode. We didn't like everything builds and expands upon one another. We're not talking about all the episodes,
right?
But we will reference other ones. So I hope y'all are enjoying that. Even Reggie said something about cutting grass, and you saw my reaction is still.
Yard work. You're gonna do one day. You're gonna change. You're gonna move your arm.
I'm gonna adapt. Though. There's one change. I promise. There's one thing I will keep from youth to adulthood is I don't like yard work.
All right,
I don't. But I mean,
there's always tomorrow.
Not do yard work. But I think that's the perfect time though to end the segment. We can skip flowers today because you were talking about yard work too much. That's too close to yard work. I don't like flowers enough that much. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you all have a good one. But please, before you do that, hit that like button, subscribe. Tell anybody who's anyone about the show. If you want to leave a comment or two, we appreciate that. My name is Trey. This is Reggie, and you listen to Just Living Life. So, I hope you all have a good one. Take care.
All right.